श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माई की जय। शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। शिल गुरुदेव की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि। It's a very important verse. How this starts. The real Bhagavad Gita is actually starting from this verse. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Ashocha Anvashochasvam Pragyavadamsha Bhashase Gatasuna Agatasumsha Nanusochanti Pandita. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Ashochayananvashochasvam Pragyavadamsha Bhashase Gatasuna Agatasumsha Nanusochanti Pandita. The translation of by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, while speaking learned words, you are mourning for what is not worthy of grief. Those who are wise lament neither for a living nor for the dead. Next verse, Prabhu. नत्वेवाहं जातु नाशं न त्वं नेमे जनाधिप न चैव न भविष्यामः सर्वे वयम् अतः परम् नत्वेवाहं जातु नाशं न त्वं नेमे जनाधिप न चैव न भविष्यामः सर्वे वयम् अतः परम्. Translation. Never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be. So, as I told you in the beginning, that they are actually the real Bhagavad Gita starts from here. So, first thing, Arjuna, he accepted Krishna as a spiritual master. So the purport also is very beautiful. It's a short purport. I'll just read out for you all. In the first verse, the Lord at once took possession of the teacher and chastised the students, called him indirectly a fool. The Lord said, you are talking like a learned man, but you do not know that one who is learned, one who knows what is body, what is soul, does not lament for any stage of the body, neither in the living nor in the dead condition. As explained in this later in this chapter, it will be clear that knowledge means to know matter and spirit and the control of both. Arjuna argued that religious principles should be given more importance than politics or sociology, but he did not know that the knowledge of matter, soul, and the supreme is even more important than religious formularies. And because he was lacking in that knowledge, he should not have posed himself as a very learned man, as he did not. No, he did not happen to be a very learned man. He was consequently lamenting for something which was unworthy of lamentation. The body is born and is destined to be vanquished today or tomorrow. Therefore, the body is not as important as the soul. One who knows this actually learned, and for him there is no cause for lamentation regardless of condition of the material world. Jai Shri Prabhupada, Transcendental Purport Ki Jai. So as I told, that real Bhagavad Gita starts when Lord is speaking to Arjuna. So this chapter 2 is a very important chapter. It is giving the summary of the whole Bhagavad Gita. The essence of the whole Bhagavad Gita is in this chapter only. So here the first start is, even though the Krishna is speaking, it is not saying Krishna Vacha. Here Krishna is addressed as Bhagavan. So if you all remember last time also I had told, he is not an ordinary person. So he is a special, so that's why. Ashochan Anvashochastvam means you are lamenting so much. We saw in the purport also Prabhupada saying, this lamentation is not good for you. You are lamenting something for which you should not have. Pragyavadamsha bhashashe. He's speaking like a learned person. And he actually quoted so many from Dharma Shastra, Niti Shastra, Artha Shastra, as if he's a great scholar. Then, if you are such a great scholar, why are you lamenting? That's what Krishna is asking. So, Krishna is actually telling him, what is the reason for your lamentation? If you are considering that you know everything, why are you considering to be? Why are you lamenting? This is actually, it says, Krishna has opened up the discourse of Bhagavad Gita by scolding Arjuna, by indirectly calling him a fool. So you claim to be a very learned, but you are foolish, because learned persons like you should not lament for these things. Arjuna had voluntarily accepted Krishna as his guru. So now he is also accepting his scolding also. So this is the position of a disciple. We all are disciples, are going to become a disciple. So we should understand that when a disciple getting a scolding from a spiritual master, he should not confront or get angry with the guru or argue with him for the chastisement received from him. And it is also the duty of the guru to scold the disciple. It is for the disciples' good only, because whatever scolding if you are getting, that is only for our good. So Krishna has taken his position, this position. So very nice example in Chaitanya Charitamrita comes. We would have heard for it. That Mahaprabhu, who was a also became a disciple of Ishwarapuri, he became a disciple. There is no need for a Supreme Lord to take spiritual master or guru, but we have seen Ramachandra, Sri Ramchandra, Krishna, they all took shelter of a spiritual master. Because so there is one small pastime. Once Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on his way to Vrindavan, he stopped at Kashi. So Mahaprabhu appeared to propagate the Yuga Dharma or chanting the glories of the holy name. And this was his mission. He was doing Nama Sankirtan, and all the general mass people, they were getting attracted to it. But we know that this Kashi was full of impersonalists. They don't believe in the personal form of the Lord. They don't believe eternity of the soul. They don't believe that God is personal. They think God is Nirakar. He is just a light. So when Lord appeared, he takes the form and gets made, which is made up of Panchabhuta. That's what they think. So they do not believe that God has a form. They also only they have actually, they more focus on the study of Vedas and Jnana Yoga. So they don't appreciate the Bhakti Yoga. Their aim is to merge into effulgence. But Mahaprabhu, he cannot stop. No, he was singing and going, doing kirtan. Everyone, everywhere he were, and so many people were following him. So some of the impersonalist sannyasis, they became very envious, and they were also disturbed because of Mahaprabhu's act, because he has so many followers. So, according to them, it is only study of Veda and meditate, and not like chanting and dancing. Mahaprabhu also could understand their feeling, but he did not react to it. He he actually left Vrindavan. He went left for Vrindavan and again came back to from Vrindavan again came back to Kashi. But there was a Maharashtrian Brahmin who was also a follower of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who became a great devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He could not tolerate the blaspheming done by these Mayavadi sannyasis. So he arranged for a lunch with all these seniors Mayavadi sannyasis, and also invited Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Prabhu Mahaprabhu would have not accepted, but he wanted to preach the glories of chanting to these people also. So he accepted me, and he also came. And it said that he actually sat in a corner where normal people wash their feet. He didn't consider himself. So the other sannyasis, who were invited, they were all very grave and serious, and they were actually sitting in the center of the hall. So Mahaprabhu also displayed his effulgence, so which got attraction all the sannyasis who were gathered there. So their leader was Prakashananda Saraswati. When he saw this, he went on, took Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and made him sit next to him. Then he advised him that you are my god brother. You are a disciple of Ishwarapuri, and we are all god brothers. So why are you not studying Vedas? Why are you simply dancing and singing? Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also gave a nice answer, which is there in Adi Lila 7.71, where it says, Guru More Murkha Dekhi Korilo Shashana. My spiritual master considered me a fool. Therefore, he chastised me. I am a fool. I cannot understand Shastras. So, my spiritual master has instructed me to chant and dance. So, I am following my spiritual master instruction and chant sincerely. So, by chanting, I experience divine bliss. My hair stand, tears flow from my eyes. So, when this happened, when I went rushed to my spiritual master and told him, I'm becoming mad. Then the spiritual master told him, I am very proud of you. You have attained the perfection of life. You have attained the taste of chanting the holy name. So, this is the role of an ideal disciple. In Kali Yuga, studying of Vedanta or becoming a Jnani is impossible. We don't have time to study our own Bhagavad Gita, which is only 700 shlokas. We have actually Bhagavatam, which is 18,000 shlokas. We have Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is like PhD. So, but to attain perfection by Gyan or simply by studying the Vedas, it is not possible. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he showed how one must be humble. And he also accepted the chastisement because he is a supreme personality of God. He could have refused, saying that I cannot chant, I want to read Vedas like that, but he didn't. He does. Similarly, there is one more pastime which is we all known, Sanatan Goswami. He also displayed the same move. He was from Saraswat Brahmin family from Karnataka. His predecessors were there actually. Somehow they moved to Bengal from generations, and he was very intelligent. And he had a good knowledge of Persian, Arabic, and he had a good scholarly, and he was also in a very good position in the kingdom. But when he came in front of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he what? He took a trina, that is, and straw in his mouth, and fell at the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He said, he asked actually, Ke ami, keno amai jarata patrayo, iho nahi jani, kemon hito hoy. So he told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that all these people are simply praising me. I'm a great scholar, I'm such a learned, but I'm such a fool that I don't know why I'm suffering. Why are the threefold miseries are forcibly upon me? I do not know all these things, why I'm suffering. Then how can I be a scholar if I don't know all the reply to these things? That's what Prabhupada is also emphasizing, that if he wants to be a devotee, he has to learn the humility. Without learning humility, one cannot be a devotee. So the first lesson that we should be humble. One cannot make advancement in the path of devotional service. So devotee must consider should be fool number one. Normally it is stated that empty state, if empty slate is there, if it is easy, it will be very easy to write. You need not have to wipe and do it again if it is an empty. So the moment we start thinking that I'm qualified, I'm so and so, this is my position, then the bhakti will be also slower. So, but in the material world, we see we have to show ourselves, we have to present ourselves that I am qualified, I am so and so, I have so much of strength, this is my strength. Actually, there is a SWOT analysis is done when you are in an interview. SWOT analysis, strength, weakness, and this they have test. So Krishna is pleased only when his devotees feels that he is fallen, he is nothing. So the test of bhakti is what extent one genuinely feeling humble and feels himself insignificant. So that's what the lesson we learn from this is devotee. Actually, Arjuna has been told that by Krishna that for your caliber, you should come consider himself a fool. But and he says, I have lost my intelligence. Please guide me. That's what actually he is considering. Arjuna is such a caliber person. He is considering that he is a fool and he has lost all his intelligence. So please guide me. So Krishna is also taking up the position of Guru and reciprocating by scolding. Gata sona, gata sumsha. So gata means which is gone. Agata means which is not gone. Asun, life, which has gone away. So the person who has died, the person, life is also gone. So the person is one, another person who's living. So Nanu Shochanti Panditaha. A truly learned person never laments whether one is living or dead. That's what Srila Prabhupada was also explained, because he knows that the soul is eternal and he does not lament for death. This body is perishable. It is just a matter of we don't know, we don't lament for any mud, stone, or some matter. But one who really wise, he can distinguish between a body and soul. So true science of learn begins with an understanding between body and the soul. So this is all our education qualification. We are so and so. I am BCom, I am MCom, I am BA, and this and that. They are of no use, because when you lose this body, you have to start from again. But only that which we are gaining is this. That's what it's in Bhagavad Gita 2.41. It will say, Swalpamasya dharmasya trayato mahato. So Krishna is advising Arjuna, do not become ignorant person. You are coming from an exalted family. You should be up to your mark of a family reputation. You should have the understanding of living and dead person. This body is coming from and will go back to dust. This body is made up of Panchabhuta, Bhumi, Aparo, Nalo, Vayu. So once the soul leaves the body, all the elements which are made up of Bhumi, Apo, Nalo, Vayu, Kammano, these all will get merged back to their respective places. Only the soul, this whole chapter we will be speaking only the soul, which is eternal. You have to understand that you will not be. Once you understand this, then you will not be lamenting. That's what Bhagavad Gita says. Brahma bhuta prasannatma na shochati na kankshati sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labate param. When one becomes Brahman, Brahma bhut, one is situated in the spiritual platform. He becomes prasannatma. He becomes very happy, joyful. This is the natural symptom of a realized soul. That's what Prabhupada says. Chant and be happy. He never laments for, hankers for anything. He sees all the living entities equally. Mad bhaktim labate param. This stage he can attain bhakti. One who is the body consciousness of life is to be considered the animalistic platform. So if you want to be a human being, we must come out of the bodily conception of life. In the bodily concept, we think that I am a doctor, I am a rich, I am so and so. But nobody understands that he is an eternal soul, part and parcel of the Supreme. Mamevamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. So Prabhupada says the whole world is like a fool of paradise. It's like a madman thinks himself a prime minister in the platforms and all. We see, so many mad people are there. They consider that I am the prime minister or I am a so and so. He lives in his own dream world. Our Maharaj today actually had given a very nice this thing. There are three categories of fools. So he says, three, he is a fool, but he doesn't know that he's a fool. And another one, deluxe fool. That he says he's a fool, he is a deluxe fool. You know that there is one more category of fools is when there is a topmost quality of a fool is they don't know that they are fools, but they pose themselves they are very wise person and they are known as super excellent fools. So it's a super excellent fools. So here Krishna is addressing him as a fool and he is accepting that. And here is it. Everyone is actually here also in the material world. Everyone is thinking that he is what he is not. That Prabhupada says it is nothing but Maya. So this body is simple a vehicle. So we must come out of the bodily conception of life. Since Arjuna is in the bodily conception of life, he is lamenting for the destruction of the body. Krishna will elaborate in the philosophy about what is soul, what is the relationship to the God in this coming verse. Natve vaham jatu nasham natvam neme janadipaha nachaiva na bhavishyamaha sarve vayam ataha param. Never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you, nor all these kings, nor in the future shall any of them cease to be. So here Krishna the purport is very beautiful. So if you have time, you should read out the purport. because Prabhupada has given us all his energy in the purports and he has explained it very nicely. So, but because we are constrained to the time because we have to finish it by 7:15, so I am just summarizing whatever it has been written in the purport in my own words. Krishna is explaining to Arjuna that you think that you are going to kill all these people. You, me, and all of them, we have existed and we will be existing. So we are all spiritual beings. Only this body is going to get perished. That's what he wants to say. Prabhupada has quoted this from the Katha Upanishad. Nityo nityanam chetanas chetananam eko bahuram yo vidati kaman tam tammatmastam yo anupashyandi dhiras tesham shanti shashwati netra resham. So there are many living entities, many living entities who are eternal consciousness. But among the living entities, there is one supreme living, that is but Krishna. He is the controller, maintainer of all these living entities. Lord is protecting us and he is providing everything for us. That's what Bhagavatam starts with. The first verse. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. जन्मादियस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेषु अभिज्ञः स्वराट् तेने तेने ब्रह्मा हृदयादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूर्यः तेजो वारिमृतां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो अमृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि. The translation is actually, he is the origin of everything, directly or indirectly, conscious of everything. When we feel hungry, we eat something and our hunger is satisfied. But we do not know how the digestion is going on, how the energy is distributed. Do we know that? Or Maharaj used to say that it is just like this, we are eating yellow dal or brown chapatis, but the blood which is transformed is red. Who is doing that pigmentation? Who is changing the color? Anybody knows about it? Nobody knows about it. So Krishna is aware of not only our body, but of all other living entities. So we can understand only pain and pleasure, what we are enjoying, but he knows everyone's pain and pleasure. He is fully conscious of everything and his knowledge is complete. That's what Bhagavad Gita 7.26 says. Vedaham samatitani vartamani cha Arjuna bhavishyami cha bhutani mamto vedana kaschana. O Arjuna, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I know everything that has happened in the past, all that is happening in the present, and all the things that are yet to come. I also know all the living entities, but me, no one knows. But me, no one knows. So the living entities who are all eternal and conscious, but they cannot be compared to God, who is supremely conscious. Therefore, it is explained by the Lord that the supreme living being is the object of worship for the jivas. The jivas, they have just to surrender to the Supreme Lord and become his devotee. But people want to merge into Nirakar, which is actually condemned. The jiva does not lose his identity. If you see in the purport, it is very clearly, jiva is eternally an individual. But Prabhupada gives in the purport very nicely about the Mayavadis. They say that one time we were God. Once we attain liberation, we will merge into the God. Prabhupada likes the Mayavadi philosophy, always breaks. And they also give the example like a drop of water from ocean. When you put back to the ocean, it becomes an ocean. So that's why they are saying that once you are merged, then you become God. So Krishna is saying that you and I have eternally existing and will continue to exist eternally as individual. Our individuality is eternal. Our individuality cannot be extinguished. Those who want to merge with God lose their spiritual identity. That is like committing spiritual suicide, Prabhupada says. If somebody is frustrated, he destroys his body. What do we call it? It's called as a suicide. But spiritual suicide means that you want to merge your individuality. Actually, it's a very nice example. If a child is born from the mother's womb, and after in the material world, everyone gets fed up, and he tells his mother, I want to enter back to your mother. I want to enter back into your womb. Is it practically possible? Even if she agrees, she cannot accommodate. So devotees also, they do not like this mentality. Jivas can never lose their individuality. It is considered in this verse. So eternally, the spirit soul is individual. There is no question of losing individuality. So the goal of life is not to merge, to retain the individuality and to serve the God. That should be the goal of our life. Hare Krishna, Prabhujis and Matajis. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Pranams.
Dandath Prabhu. Thank you, bro. If you
Hare
want, I can
Krishna.
sing Jai Radha Madhav Prabhu, if you allow me.